Let's also tell you that the House of Representatives member representing Oredo Federal Constituency of Edo State, Esosa Iyawe, has hailed the Dangote Petroleum Refinery for the start of production of premium motor spirit, better known as petrol. Iyawe highlighted the immense impact the Dangote refinery would have on the economic landscape, noting that it will significantly help to boost Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves as the importation of petrol will drop. On September 3, 2024, the Dangote refinery began the production of petrol, marking the first time in 28 years Nigeria locally commenced production of the product. To further discuss this, I'm joined by Elvis Akpobi, Executive Director, Not Too Young to Lead Initiative. Hello, Elvis. Thank you for joining us at this time.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
All right, let's begin with the role you think the DPR, that's the Department of Petroleum Resources, should play in regulating the oil industry. And how do you think they should be held or can be held accountable for their actions or inactions?
Okay, to the best of my knowledge, as a student and a graduate of petroleum engineering, I had the privilege of doing my first IT at the Department of Petroleum Resources, EFRO. And I know they have two sectors, the downstream and upstream. Upstream practically had to do with multinational oil companies, drilling companies, while the downstream had to do with regulating quality assurance, consumer satisfaction, and pump price of fuel in fueling stations. At the moment, lately with what's happening, I had to ask myself, is that sector, that subsidiary of NNPC still working? Because it seems as if, firstly, they faulted in citing fueling stations. Lately, you see fueling stations being cited and approved in places where people reside, which for me, I know it's one of their job. It's not meant to be like that. Then secondly, there is no stable pump price in fuel. I'll give an example. As of yesterday in Asaba, I bought fuel when I was going for a trip. I bought fuel at the pump price of 950 naira. Today in Warri, I bought fuel 1,400 naira. So for me, I ask myself, like, where are we heading? And if we keep quiet, I can't mind my business and see my country deteriorating. Is it that the Department of Petroleum Resources are no longer, they are underfunded, or we just give people employment who don't know their job? Like you said, it's time we look into the activities of the NNPC, because God blessed Nigeria with crude oil. The crude oil should not be a cost for us. At the moment, we cannot have crude oil. We cannot have a refinery, and already we have different refineries that are not working. I'm glad Dangote Refinery is about kicking up, and I know there will always be politics of resistance. I pray it doesn't come to that.
But okay, Elvis, if you can hear me, you listed some of the roles that, if you can hear me, you listed some of the roles that the DPR should be playing, and one of them was, not allowing filling stations within residential areas, and but we would love for you to elaborate more on why you believe that the DPR is not working effectively, in addressing the fuel scarcity crisis in Nigeria.
From what I see, it's either the staffs, the management, they've started compromising, because before now, citing fueling station, you get through rigorous process, and they are not cited in residential area. Then lately, you see irregularities of pump prices. If you get a particular fueling station, let's not forget too that oftentimes before now, I remember as an IT student in DPR then, there's this thing called hygrometer that is used to measure if this fueling station, they've adjusted their meter and all that. Nigerians are going through a lot. I was meant to understand too that most of the managers of this fueling station always do deals with these people that are meant to regulate these staffs in DPR are meant to regulate the pump price and the quality assurance of this petrol sector, which now have a very negative ripple effect in the consumers, which are the common man, which is the common man. Today, at the moment, it's difficult to be a Nigerian just because we've contracted governance to people who have given us failed policies, who doesn't feel the pulse of the average Nigerian, and Nigerians they are in pains at the moment. You will agree with me that when pump price increases, everything about our economy, everything about Nigeria increases. At the moment, people can barely feed. So I want to see this opportunity to call out the MD of NNPC. He might be comfortable, but you should know that his taxpayers' money that's in there. He swore an oath to make sure Nigerians are okay and their policies are already affecting Nigeria. We cannot be blessed with crude oil and we'll be in pains courtesy of crude oil.
All right, so what reforms?
Making the right policies.
So what reforms, Elvis, or changes would you advocate for, to strengthen the DPR's role in regulating the oil industry in general and also preventing future fuel scarcity crises?
I'll look at I'll recommend strong institutions from commissions like DPRO. Then those field workers who are meant to regulate what happens in DPR should be looked into. I think I may be wrong I put this allegation that they are not doing their job owing to the fact that most of these petroleum managers who are basically involved in the downstream are patronizing them. That's why they are not doing their job. So the DG of Department of Petroleum Resources should go back to his drawing board and speak to those field workers so they would do what, because taxpayers' money paid them, so they would do what that commission is vetted for. Because at the moment, it seems as if they are docile.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Elvis Akpobi, for speaking to us at this time.
Thank you for having me.